couldn't get out of it. You know, everything they did, Tubi just had their number. You know, if they went top B to try and clear it out, Tubi was there with a nade. You know, his teammate was there with a nade in case he missed. It was just so clinical. They weren't going to let, you know, anyone get away with anything. They were so to the point that it's hard to, you know, even question them currently. Even with a Merc, they're truly on form. Now, we do have a LAN coming up soon as well, so this is a big game for Phantasmagoria. They want to be doing the best they can. So is it Gamers Check that's coming up soon?
I believe so, yeah. That's the closest LAN event anyway.
Indeed, and that is a big one for the boys, so they don't want to be letting themselves down here. This is how much it means to them, because you don't get a chance to play these teams at the, you know, the real critical times. You know, you cannot say that WesternWolves are not trying their heart out right now, because you can see it in every single member, and it's very rare to also see Fantasy on SMG. You know, if you've been tuning in with him recently, I think in a couple of LANs, a couple of previous teams, he's been on the scope, so he's must have dropped that so Ono could pick it up, and he seems more comfortable with the SMG now. So you can see how much they want to win this. There's no messing about. There's no MP5s. It is 100% serious, because they just want that prestige. They want to get their, you know, their heads in the game. That's all it is. You know, as soon as we go live.
We were discussing it earlier, weren't we? We were saying, you know, I mean, Fantasy, he gets bored. He said it before.
Yep.
You know, he gets bored SMG. He's done it so much. It's kind of become second nature to him, and he likes that. I mean, picking up scope. It's like a whole, you know, it's starting the game again, learning all the different picks and spots and places to go. And it's stuff like that which I think he's really enjoyed. But I mean, if ever you're going to do something you find slightly a little more boring, it's going to be with a team that you know, like WesternWolves. I mean, they're a massive team. You know, debatably the best team at the moment on the scene. And I mean, if you're gonna play something that maybe isn't your top choice, it would be for a top team, would it not?
Oh, 100%. You've hit the nail on the head there. And also, you're replacing someone like CoD4, who is just an amazing SMG himself. He was so aggressive, but such a team player as well. You know, if you ever hear the gameplay videos, he's on point. You know, he's always there. You know, he's talking to Tubi constantly. And I think Fan may not be the most communicative person. You know, he doesn't always say it, but he's so good at working with Tubi. You saw it in that game. They didn't always push the same way, but they always pushed together. You know, if they're going A or if they're going B, they'd make sure they went at exact same times just to really put the pressure on Phantasmagoria. You saw Vey not being able to cover in Rio because Tubi would start pushing, and then Fan would push in Rio, and it'd be done and dusted. Regardless of how well they played, there was just that immediate amount of pressure. So we're just waiting on people to join the right side. I think Tubi just has to jump over to the attacking forces, and we'll be underway shortly. So Lee, can we just get an F from you so we can make sure we can jump into this as soon as possible, because I can't wait. What about this map then? Who do you think this will favour? You've got the fast SMG works of Fantasy and Tubi, but you've got more of a relaxed, chilled team with Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just looking in chat, see what everyone else is thinking, and we've got a lot of people calling it, well, we've seen Miracle, in fact, calling it Frostfire, I think, so that's a bit in the Western Wolves side, but then again, a lot of people saying that Zabza, indeed, Zabzuza, is, you know, damn Frenchman, is going to outscope Ono on this, and so there's a lot of confidence in both teams, really, different classes, so we'll see. Obviously, this is a real scope-orientated map. It's very hard to make it not so scope-orientated without a ridiculous amount of smoke and well-timed nades. So I mean, we'll see where this goes. See how the scopes perform, because this can, if played correctly, can just be so dominant with that long-range weapon.
Yeah, indeed. But the thing is, though, after the way Zabza played on Backlot, do you think he'll be ready to take on someone like Ono? Ono is a very, you know, aggressive scope. He'll always challenge the other scope. He's not always going to be taking a backseat role. But if I was Zabza after Backlot, I'd be doubting myself almost.
And he is a big, I mean, with Zabza, we've seen it before against Leeski, he has a real issue when it comes to this kind of confidence. And I mean, if he's lost his confidence before, you know, I mean, we're not going to say you peak, you lose binds, but something along the lines of, you know, dropping 4 frags on Backlot could definitely knock his confidence.
It gets to anyone. You always want to perform in the big times. You know, you never want to let your team down, and that's what it comes down to. Is just making sure you're there for your team. And I'm sure Phantasmagoria weren't there, you know, giving him grief, but you still don't want to let him down. You know, it's so pivotal to be on point. And let's see if he can pick it up now. He is going to be on the attacking side, I believe, the more favoured side on Crossfire. So maybe that'll work in his favour, and he can just get, you know, fresh map, fresh start, head in the game, no problem. So just keep you up to date, folks. WesternWolves now only have to win 1 more map, so if they walk away with this, the game is theirs, and they'll be crowned the kings of CoD4 currently, because this is literally the cup of the best. Everyone who is anyone has been here, and they've fought their way through, and these two have come out on top. But WesternWolves only need 1 more map to truly crown themselves kings. So we are waiting on 3 players to up. Machine, if you give us an F, it'll only be 2. And then we're just waiting on WesternWolves. Maybe they're just getting their strats down, going through what they think Phantasmagoria will be doing. But why don't you jump us into the first round and just give us a taste of what we're in for?
Okay, then let's see what we've got. Who have we got here? Let's go with Ono. See what Ono can bring up against Zabs. We were discussing the scope battle earlier. See what the Western Wolves player can bring as Froz commences with that. Watching across in basement. Spots one SMG on the way across the street. Doesn't land it. As we see an absolute Western Wolves stack on A. It's all about that A push as well. And nothing comes of Ono spray through that smoke. Does get tagged lightly, but nonetheless his position has been given. And we see real slow play. Both teams really cautious.
Wow.
Rio has actually pushed up. No, he's just holding Melon. I was getting a bit confused on the sides there. And 3 players in Melon for Phantasmagoria. Not going to let this go. As Chubi gets the first. Chubi goes down, sorry, to Jermaine. Amsa with the nade back. They really take his time. He is the bomb carrier. He's got a real job in his hands as Fantasy does get the throw into Lincoln, bringing it back to 4v4. Ono with a nade ready for that bomb. Lets it go. And Vape is long gone. That fake was sublime. Really managed to get it well away. As the second nade goes down. Lovely play from him. Suddenly we have a 3v3. Nice play from Jermaine. Ono as well. Suddenly had 2v2. Really tit for tat frags at the moment. As Jermaine does take down Fantasy. Ono left to go clutch. Bomb going down from Zabza. Gonna have to stop that if he wants a chance of this round. Deagle. So much damage into Jermaine. Now Zabza considering the peak. Timing on that. He was just having a gander towards that base as Zabza did go himself. Still 1v2. 32 seconds. Ono is being played for time by Jermaine. Jermaine just setting himself up. Counter him. It's gonna go surely. Yes, he does. Great first round from Phantasmagoria. Took their time. Really, no rush on that plant, and that is what you need to do.
Well, you say Phantasmagoria. Let's just sum that up. Jermaine, 4 kills in that round. Someone in chat said Jermaine's gonna go wild on this map, and he's just done exactly that. So let's pick it up with Ono here. Does get tagged up from the scope work of Zabza, who now darts off just to recuperate some of their health, and Jermaine gets the first frag onto Chubi. Can they follow up with another? Fantasy getting tagged up, and now Phantasmagoria just spreading out over the map. We've got 3 players towards B this time. I think they only had 2 last round. Maybe the scope's being a little bit more heavy, but not for long as Ono shuts down Zabza. And I have been asking in chat who's going to be getting the better of who, and Ono came out on top of that one, folks. So let's see what they're up to. Bay with bomb to hand. And Rio darting out into B alley. Does get dropped by his own teammate. Jermaine, what are you doing? Don't ruin how good you've been playing so far by taking your own teammates down. 3 on 3 now has come about. Fate holding hard in B as we do let Lincoln loose in A, and he can just try and find out where the players are, but not before Ono shuts him down, and now Phantasmagoria are on the back foot. Jermaine and Vay left to bring this back and cement another round for the boys. Franz holding B alley. Sniper shots raining out down the street. I think Ono's just going for a little bit of spam. Make sure no one's feeling too comfortable to peek. Let's see if Vay's feeling ready for a plant. No, still waiting for the moment. Here we go. Can he get a full plant down? Does seem to be going for it, feeling confident. But surely someone's going to at least try and spam him. No, they're not. Bomb down with no contestation there. That's unreal. 40 seconds on the clock now. And the clock is ticking for Western Wolves with 3 players remaining. Maybe, just maybe there's a hope. But here comes the spam. Myson kicking us off. Not dropping anyone as yet. Vay's going to be coming under a lot of trouble. Not before Jermaine helps his teammate out. Drops down Myson. Can he get another frag? Froz on top of that bin. Darts around just to see if he can see anyone in that Melons area. Pushing in with the SMG. Does spot Vay, but not before he can get the AK fire. Straight into his face now. Ono feeling confident, straight up the street, 18 seconds on the board, he's got to make a move, and rather quickly, Jermaine and Vay to find, one to his right, one to his left, can he spot either of them? Spots Jermaine there in the top corner, can't add the frag, Jermaine just gets the better of him by a centimetre's worth of aim, and another round truly dominated by the big man himself, Jermaine, 7-0 and a team kill for his work.
Indeed, great play for him. I'm going to go with Lincoln this round just to see how the SMG players kind of formatted on that A site. It is Lincoln. He is waiting for those nades, lots of nades, even on basement. Great play from the Western Wolves, but Lincoln is already, 2 rounds in, he's analysed that and is not even considering pushing A fast. Knows he can't beat the nades, and you're kind of playing that slow basement area. Chubi with the frag onto Jermaine though, brings it back to 4v4 as 1 scope and 1 AK down for either side. Now Lincoln well aware of this A stack. He needs to put some sort of damage. He's really just convinced of someone going to push up those wooden stairs, and he is doing very little for his team in his current position. Still though, Fake surely going to come out from Vay once again. Zabza with the frag to Froz. Great play from him. That's a spray from Lincoln. Should end that player in CAF. Not going to happen. Enrio gets the frag to Chubi. Fantasy in back A now. Him and Myson in A. Only him now as Mycin does get taken down as well. Fantasy with a mountain to climb and not going to last long. Zabza with another astounding shot to bring it to 3-0, and Phantasmagoria an entirely different side.
It is like watching a completely different team, but I can't deny the man of a watch right now. Jermaine, 7 kills to 1 death, 3 rounds in. What is he doing? Oh, so right, drops out a nade, goes to this top corner house, see if he can spot anyone going to that B alley, just to help his teammates out so he can get a nice quick plant down. Does seem as though they're doing just that. Does spot a player mid-street, drops him down. That is Mycin out of the picture. Does seem to be taking on Ono even. He's not scared of anyone right now, just standing on a ledge, feeling carefree with 3 Western Wolf players on the hunt, but they're all stuck at A. But the bomb isn't down. So that's another thing they need to get going on. Lincoln kicking us off in the right direction, dropping Fantasy out of that area. Ono moving up with a deagle. Bomb now, surely gonna be going down soon. Zabza with his hand, but here we go. Lincoln picks up another frag onto it. Can he get the third? Spots him back A, drops Froz down and out, and 4 rounds to the good for the Phantasmagoria side. What is happening, Machine?
Well, I mean, at WesternWolves, they've got such a great A tactic, but I think Fan know it. Fan really do. They've clocked that they literally just going to be stacking those AKs on A, and I think WesternWolves are going to have to change it, and I think that's what we're seeing here. Only 1 player's crossed away this round. Looks like we're getting more of a kind of mid-street B push, as Froz is actually opting for mid-street. No, he is actually sticking to Calf. Considered it, but decided not to risk it. Still, let's go with Zabza. See if he try if he can get these opening picks on the A site. Lincoln did get the front to Mycin. Nade coming out. Lincoln doing the damage on A. Great spot there onto Ono. Ono definitely didn't see that coming as Lincoln gets the frag again. Lincoln going absolutely massive at the moment alongside Jermaine. That's now all on Fantasy. Fantasy gets 2 though. Surely not. He's got a millimeter of health. Bomb going down now, which leaves him only 40 seconds to find the remaining 3. In bottom A, heavily tagged from the spray. Knows there's one around that calf area. And he has no health whatsoever. Jermaine finally, he was not going to give up with that wall bang. He knew he'd find it eventually. And there we go. Ono from going to call that timeout, and understandably so. I mean, that was astounding work from Phantasmagoria, just picking apart the WesternWolves side. As you know, I think that's going to be that confidence boost. I think especially Zabza needed, kind of like, yes, we've made WesternWolves timeout. That is definitely nothing but a tactical timemeout.
100%. You know, they may put it down to lag, but that is 100% to try and recuperate some of the momentum they had on the last map. It does seem as though that whole A site has been completely and utterly shut down by the work of Lincoln and Jermaine right now. Between the 2 of them, if Lincoln doesn't somehow sneak in back A, Jermaine will shut him down regardless. But if Lincoln's there before him, he's in there like a thief in the night, does not take any prisoners and shuts the lot of them down. And what a showcase of this team. You know, we saw Phantasmagoria just struggling a little bit on backlot. They didn't seem to be, you know, in the mood for things. They seemed a little bit lackluster until they went A, and they truly switched it on them, but it didn't seem to be clicking. But now on attack, on Crossfire, they're not letting 1 round drop so far. Every single round has gone their way, so credit where credit's due. These guys are on an absolute roll. A Machine, just give me your thoughts so far. You were back in Phantasmagoria from the start. Are you feeling a little bit happier now?
Well, I mean, yeah, I knew they had it within them. That was never a question, but it was all about this confidence, and that's exactly what we've seen. An entirely different side. The way they're playing, there's no kind of fear, I feel. I sound stupid, but I don't feel that the like Lincoln and Rio are both doing great jobs with the SMGs. So let's go with Rio. Just to see how the SMG works, and it really great play from the SMGs alongside Zabza as well. I mean, all credit where credit's due. I mean, Jermaine is performing, but still, really liking these SMGs. Still, Ono did actually get that opening frag onto Roz. That makes very little sense. Oh, it was team kill. Excellent. Still, 4v4. How did he manage that? As Ono does make up for it with the frag onto Lincoln. Rio work onto Bomb, trying to bait out as many nades as they possibly can before risking that plant. As then Rio peeks one of the alley. Can he land the wallbang? Not going to happen. As he looks to jump over. No, well, he failed it. And nearly paid with his life as Zabza gets a great deal onto Fantasy Vey. Getting another fake. And this is where fakes really... I mean, it's the only bomb site where you can get away with like 4 or 5 fakes every time.
Indeed. They
really need to get rid of it. It's so vulnerable to nades. And those fakes kind of just really are valued for baiting out those nades. Still going to go with Tubi now as he's going to push toward Melon. 45 seconds. 3v3. From his position, he can check that Melon peak as well as stopping that plant going down. Great play from Mycin, takes it down on Rio. Great play from Tubi as well. Eventually takes down Zabza. And suddenly what looked so close has become a 1v3 for Vey. This is one in Bialy, gonna jump around. Oh, dearie me, knew there was one there. So did Chubi. As Ono gets the frag to end it. And after what was a questionable start, taking down his teammate Froz, brought it back.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
As that was such a pivotal round, why don't you just jump us into this one, because you're right in the mindset of WesternWolves right now.
Right, well, let's see what we've got here. Let's see, Jermaine is in that top corner. Chubio hasn't got the opening frag as well to bring it back to 4-4. Froz really struggling to get into his position. He's got one frag, 1 for 7. Really hasn't had the opportunity to get into A. Despite, well, maybe he has been getting into A, but I mean, Zabs and Jermaine have been doing a great job in making A utterly useless. Not so much SMG pushes, but more of those picks from Melons. And that's what's good to see. Still though, 4v3, Fan are at a disadvantage. Looking to change that though is Zabza. Zabza in spawn house alongside his teammate Vay. Vay definitely bomb carrier, and he's doing a great job with it. I mean, he's got just as many frags as his team, and he's managing to get that bomb down, which can be such a nasty job. I'm sure you guys on stream have experienced it, whether or not firsthand. As Ono gets the frag, Zabza's the scope down, and the lead for WesternWolves extended. Jermaine spots one towards back A. Not going to give it up too easily though, and I can't help but thinking this is looking a little bit too much of a mountain to climb now, and it really is now. Chubi gets the frag to Jermaine, 1v4, not going to last long. Fantasy gets the frag. SMG's coming in back into their own, Chubi and Fantasy, and that's 5-2. This time it looks like it's kind of benefiting WesternWolves.
Oh, very much so. There's like a breath of fresh air through the WesternWolves camp. So let's pick it up with Chubi here. He's really turned it on for the last 3 rounds, but Zabza standing tall and takes down the Scotsman Ono. Chubi going for the back A push here, feeling confident. Will he push it any further than here? Or will he just play defensively and just make sure he can't get pushed? You can see the fire coming out from Lincoln there just below him. Jermaine picks up the first onto Myson. Fan looking like they're feeling comfortable with this round. 5 players standing, only 3 and a bit make that almost. Froz going down to the SMG work there. Henry picked up from the Fan. Lincoln shutting down Chubi, and now Froz in a world of trouble. 4 players to find. Can he get any of them? Does tag up Lincoln. It was 5, but he was so lightly on health. Vay does get the bomb down. But those 4 players literally slowly but surely closing in, and then Rio shuts him down. Maybe Fan have just adapted to what WesternWolves thought they could have changed up.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. I mean, adaptation is so key in this game, and I mean, that's exactly what Fan have just done. They realised SMGs were getting a little bit too much kind of give on the street, and straight away locked it down. Still, no opening frags. It's good to see that these nades have been avoided, as Chubi has his eyes in the sky the entirety of that rush, as he does make his way back A swiftly. Throws this one in basement, takes him down. That was a close one. Fantasy and Chubi going absolutely massive for Western as Jermaine and Zabza look to bring it back though. Myson and Fantasy go down. Chubi looking to take down that player in bottom A. Who is that? It was Jermaine, as Ono just caught him in the back as he retreated into A. Still though, looking to defend the bomb is Zabza. Lets the nade out onto the bomb, hoping to catch someone trying to defuse a little bit too early though, as fake from Chubi, and that smoke is going to really put him in panic mode. Not for long though. Froz gets the frag and the defuse to bring a 3rd round home for WesternWolves.
Yeah, and if WesternWolves keep this pace up, it's not a bad half really. Everyone prefers the attacking side. You know, Fan have truly stepped up, don't get me wrong. I love how Jermaine's been playing. But WesternWolves pick up maybe 1, maybe 2 more rounds, I'd be happy. So let's pick it up with Fantasy here. SMG to hand. Darts out towards Calf. Waits on the nades. He doesn't want to drop too early to let his teammates down to see what they're up to. You can see the smokes coming in fast and thick around him. He does get tagged up by a nade, but no one dropping it yet. And here comes the fire. I can imagine it's Jermaine just trying to pick up every single frag he can. Jermaine feeling confident, but here it goes at back A. Lincoln getting tagged up for his troubles as now they're starting to put him under pressure to not allow him to push so easily through to back A. Jermaine shuts down his old TCM buddy. Says, hell no, Fan, I am the way better player out of us two. And now advantage within Fan's fingers. Can they just keep this pace up? Lincoln holding firm. Just shutting down any chance. I believe it's Chubi could have had of pushing up there. Here we go. Chubi makes the advance, does take down Jermaine. Lincoln must be kicking himself. Can he get the frag onto Lincoln? No, he can't. Lincoln shoves him down. And now Myson and Ono left alone at A with a hungry Lincoln to fend off. And they can't manage to do it. Lincoln on a roll, folks. Can he get the 3rd? No, he can't, because Ian Rio shuts down Froz. And now Ono has to go absolutely massive. 3 players to find. He gets the first. Then on to Enrio. Bomb going down. Can he stop this at all? Takes his time, does get tagged up for his troubles from Lincoln, who is absolutely on fire this round. Doesn't manage to land the frag, and Lincoln, what a round. I was almost upset with him for letting Jermaine die, but he truly stepped up when it mattered.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see. Really good to see Fan kind of getting back into their own. Obviously, it's always good to see that I was right. I mean, with this 7-3, I think I can safely say I was right and you're wrong, and this isn't over just yet. Anyway,
Ouch!
nice to see. I mean, let's go with Zubs and see where these opening frags that aren't happening at the moment. Let's see what's going wrong. Still, Ono hunting for Zabza's blood as well. Zabza in bottom spawn now. So Ono was looking just there. Obviously, kind of picked up on what Zabza's doing. He just kind of plays spawn house, comes back to his melon, and looks for these frags. Very slow round though. Well aware that they have to get that bomb down. Vey taking his time, knows he's just got to try and get these picks, and finally the scopes come into their own. Lincoln going down, Chuby going down, Zabza with two! Just pip pop from the melon, looks in for the third, lands the quick scope! Oh, and Fantasy is bleeding out, millimetre of health left, could have been absolutely astounding play, and so unfortunate, as that becomes 3v3 now. Icing on mid street, other two players for WesternWolves are in that B and CAF area, all stacked on that right hand side of the map. It's whether or not Fan can pick up on that. Looking for the picks though is Fantasy. Here's them around Melon. Fake comes out from Vey. Oh, and Rio trying to risk a push into Bialy, but Fantasy was there to be babysat from his cafe buddy as he commences his push into Melon. Vey going down. Oh, and Jermaine going down as well. Fantasy just decided to turn it on. Absolutely decimate through Melon. Great play.
Wow, Fan. Way to go. And now let's pick it up with Ono scope to hand. He's mid-score at the moment. He's not truly top-fracking like the Fantasies and Jermaines of the world, but he's up there. Spots a player darting towards, I believe it was B. Does manage to land the shot as Mice and Will onto Lincoln. So maybe that A threat is a little bit weaker. So maybe Chuby could go for a bit of a push here, but not before Jermaine can shut him down with the SMG. An unusual weapon to see in Jermaine's hands. It's more the turreting AK. Can he get the next frag onto Froz? No, he can't. Shuts him down, and now they've left A completely open. So Myson's pushed straight up, but Vey bombed down. And 3 players make that, 2 players defend it because Fantasy is on a mission. And now in Rio, and Zabza are in a world of trouble, but Zabza picks up the first onto Myson. Can he get 2 more? Not before Rio picks up the frag onto Fantasy. Gets another onto Ono. In Rio, what an absolute baller right now. Got 1 more to find. Froz is left in a 1-on-2 med battle 1-on-1. Zabza, the scope against Froz, the Swedish turret. Can Zabza truly prove his French roots here and shut him down? 12 seconds on the board. Does spot it's a fake, so he can just sit back a little bit and take a breath. 8 seconds. Maybe it's been left a little bit too late by Froz, who now spins around. And well played from the Phantasmagoria side. In Rio, incredible round, picking up 2 really critical frags there and just nailing it home. So
8-4.
we do see 8-4. Now, you were if you're on the attacking side, you picked out that many rounds, and you're feeling confident. Would you be happy to take it a little bit easier now? Do you think maybe Phantasmagoria can, chill out a bit? Do you reckon they'll just turn it up even more? What do you think they're going to do?
Well, to be honest, 8-4, I mean, it's good, undeniably so, but it is attacking on Crossfire. 8-4 on other maps would be just even more sweet, because, I mean, everybody knows that Crossfire attack is just that little bit more easy than others. And so it's going to be interesting to see how WesternWolves play it. I've seen great defense previously from them, so we'll see where this goes as WesternWolves now transfer onto the attack. So, let's go with Ono, first round, see what he's got. Pansy, what do you think?
I think that certain players like Fantasy will now come into their own. They've got a lot more map to play with. When you're on, defense, you've got to sit hard and cover your teammates. If he's got more, areas to roam into, he can truly get into his own. So you can see him going towards that B area. Do you think he'll be as effective on this side as he was maybe on the defensive one, or even more so?
Well, I mean, I've always had Gopes as probably the most effective class on this map, if any. I mean, they're absolutely they've got such, freedom to move. They've got a lovely spawn house, they've got that back ruins area, both places where they can see almost, the entirety of the map, especially the street. And I mean, at some point, these players have to cross that street, and if you can cover it, you've got a pretty easy job ahead of you. Still though, let's see how WesternWolves are playing this. The bomb does get faked as Zabza gets the frag onto Ono. Scope down now, giving that bit more freedom to move for Fan. Myson gets the frag onto Vey. Great positioning from him. Takes down that A player, leaving it to a 4v3. Now, Fan's still at the disadvantage, though. WesternWolves looking to extend it before they even consider planting. And Rio and Zabza chilling on that A side. Remain in CAF. He's done a great job in CAF previously when I've been casting him. It's going to be interesting to see how he does it now. Chubi with the fragment to Enrio, though. That's his brother down, and an SMG out of the equation. Jermaine pushing through CAF. How has he not been taken down? Oh, there we go. Finally, Chubi gets the frag, and now Mycin getting that bomb down surely undetested as Zabza is in top A. Bots him, doesn't take him down, must have just been through that bomb. So unfortunate there as Fantasy mops that round up, and Western Wolves get their first attacking round.
Yeah, I think the likes of Tubi and Fan will be feeling quite comfortable on this map. As I said, it gives you a little bit more freedom with the SMG, which is what I'm used to. But let's pick it up with Zabza, the French scope, see what he can bring to the plate. Does spot a man on the cross, doesn't manage to land frag, gets the tag onto Fancy, and there's the deagle to follow it up. Beautiful play from him, doing just what he should. So let's flick across to Tubi now, feeling aggressive towards back A, trying to make the impact that he should. Dance back away, doesn't want to give too much away because he's seen his teammate has fallen. They've got to keep the numbers. So then the AKs do the work, but he's raring to go. You can see him wanting just to push around that corner and spot a player. Does spot Lincoln, takes him down. Tubi getting the better of his previous rival. Can he continue the push? Doesn't want to give too much away. You can see the spam now coming out towards the A house from the AK player. It must be Froz. It is in that light kind of section. But now they need to get the bomb across to B with a little bit more support, I'd say. So he's left rather alone as then Rio gets tanked up with a nade. Doesn't manage to drop. Tubi finally now making his way around back A. But is it a little too late as Zabza picks up the frag onto Mycin? He's been allowed to be, roaming free this whole time with no pressure. But now Tubi maybe just be able to mix that up. Does wait for that nade to drop in front of him. Froz picks up the frag onto Jermaine, and now Tubi can come into his own as he picks the frag up onto his own brother. But Zabza shutting him down for his treacherous ways with the deagle. And now 2-on-2 has come about. But there is a player truly amongst the pigeons. Here comes the wolf, hungry as ever. Oh no, dance around with the scope in hand. Doesn't manage to land the no-scope, sadly. But two players to find. Vate and Zabza not too far away from him. Comes back around with the decal, shuts down Zabza. One more to go, and it's Vay, who's in a world of pain right now, up to an inch of his life. Spots Froz on the bomb, does shut down Ono with a nice little 180 AK work there. Can he get the final frag? Bomb has to go down rather quickly because Froz in a world of trouble. And here we go. Froz gets the better of Vay. What a shame. Vay almost deserves that round. But what can I say about this game? It's so close. It seems as though whoever comes out the best of that back A kind of battle, whether it's Tubi, whether it's Lincoln, Jermaine, or Froz, whoever gets the control there seems to just dominate the map from there on. I
mean, yeah, undoubtedly. We see a fail smoke coming out as Lincoln pushes up that street, and I'm really interested to see how this aggressive push pays off. So far, it's going well, though. 2 frags for him. Fantasy returns onto Jermaine. That's the Cafe AK down, which could cost Phantasmagoria if Lincoln throws this positioning away. He's in a great spot to stop that plant from going down on the B bomb. Now, we really do see some interesting formation from Fan. All of them almost adopting exactly the same position as we saw from Western Wolves. Western Wolves with a bit of a variation, though. Froz holding that light push. Notice one there, takes down Enrio. What was Enrio playing out? Just walking straight into Froz's bullets there. As we see 3v2 fans suddenly losing their advantage in seconds, courtesy of Froz. Now, Zabza and Vay, a lot of work to do. Both on A, Zabza almost, very poorly covering the back of his teammate as the bomb does look to be going down from Mycin. 24 seconds now. And they're going to play this so cautious. Really see Froz and Mycin both. Oh, Fantasy as well, actually behind the stairs. I was looking at those 2 AKs. Fantasy's actually picked up an AK and is sat right behind the Bialy stairs, and I don't expect he's going to be coming out anytime soon. As Mycin has got the front of Vay all on Zabza, and he has no idea that Fantasy's going to be there. And it's going to get the frag. Great play from him. And Western Wolves, this is looking brilliant from them at the moment. 3 rounds in a row from attack. See how this goes.
They are truly on the hunt right now for some rather Phantasmagorian victims because they've truly stepped it up. They're using exactly why people prefer the attacking side because there's so much freedom. But players like Fantasy, you might as well start roaming. You might as well push where you want, and I'm picking up with him as he's feeling aggressive towards this B alley, not stopping for anyone, pushes his way through. Now just has to hold, so letting him and his teammates know that no one's getting through here. Mycin picking up the frag onto Lincoln. That's that ASMG down and out. He can hear the player now darting back to spawn. He's going to call that they're waiting to drop a nade on your bomb site. Make sure you fake it. There's that team play already happening. You can see Jermaine's back in that spawn area waiting to go. Zabza picking up the frag onto Froz. Can Ono get the reply? No, he can't because Froz will pick up the frag onto Fan. And Rio even with the nade. 3-on-3, Vay with the frag onto Tubi, all tit for tat, rather close so far. Bomb now finally being faked out. As they saw that nade go down, Fan will jump out and get the headshot onto Jermaine. Ono with a quick frag onto Vay, and now Zabza not looking so good, not feeling so hot. Spots a player on the bomb, Doesn't want to go from this angle. Darts around a touch, goes to a little bit of spam, hoping to land a shot, but it's not come to the good as now the bomb is down. So now Zabza not only has 3 players to find, but he's got a bit of a time limit to do it. 38 seconds on the board, picks up an AK, goes round to back 8, gets a little bit of fire in his face. Can he manage any of these kills? He's got 3 players looking for him. There's the first. Getting his way to Calf, that is Fantasy with the AK to hand now, holding that whole A alley within his iron sight. Here come the tags from Myson, and Myson drops him down 8 to 8. This game is so close, it's unbelievable.
Well, you say close. I mean, we know attacking's easy, and we've seen Western Wolves 4 rounds in a row, not one conceded on the attacking side. And from the way they're playing, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So, we'll see where this goes. Western Wolves getting their nades out. No opening frags once again. Really cautious play from Fan, but that hasn't stopped them making their way into Bialy. Jermaine, really aggressive AK work, has been spotted by Myson though, as he prones by that bin in style, waiting for Fantasy. Really sick of Fantasy's pushing, as Jermaine goes aggro in Melon. Oh, how is this going to work? Not going to happen. Myson comes round as well. But Jermaine obviously really could not reveal his position in CAF once again, and decided to mix it up and act like an SMG, and fair play to him.
Yeah.
Didn't quite pay off though. 9-8 once again, another round for Western Wolves. That's 5 in a row now, and we really need to see Fan doing something maybe a bit more cautious. We see someone saying in the chat that the Fan are playing so aggressive, and you're not wrong. Yeah. Really do see maybe this kind of overconfidence from that 8-4 has led them to being absolutely unnecessarily pushing, especially with Lincoln, who's been pushing A constantly, and really not hard to see why.
Yeah, it's just not quite working for him at the moment. He went from doing oh so well on the other half to now not doing so great, but Ono kicking us off in the right direction for Western Wolves again. Drops Jermaine, who was the danger man of the other side for the first half. See the spray coming towards A, and now Lincoln is left in a corner as the smoke comes out towards that B bomb side, but Zabza shuts down Ono. Fan with a quick frag onto Vey, and now Fan need a frag rather quickly to bring it all even. With that bomb down, it's going to be a bit of a hard task, because now Western Wolves are just going to set up, sit back, relax, and take the frags where they need them. But Zabza takes out as a red frag to the bull, picks up a frag onto Fancy, and Rio with a quick one onto Myson, and now it's all looking possible finally. Looking like they're in their stride, and as he goes, Zabza going onto the bomb. Can the Western Wolves side actually stop this from happening? He's going for a full defuse, folks. Oh, Froz's nade just pips him to the post. Enrio picks up the frag onto his brother, and now Froz is left in a 2-on-1. Bomb being defused, tags up Lincoln, does drop Enrio! Froz, what a play from him. They're not letting Phantasmagoria, with all the work in the world that they did into that round, get away with it. Wow.
Oh, that was absolutely sensational play. For a little dead nade onto that bomb, meaning that there was just another, 6 or so seconds where they could not even try to defuse it. But they did it anyway. Still though, no opening frags. Let's go with Myson, just to give you guys an insight into the bomb carrier's view. As Jimmy does get the frag onto Lincoln. That's that fast A push down once again, which he really doesn't need to be doing. Lincoln really needs to kind of clue up, realise, yes, you may get a couple of frags on basement if you're lucky, but really, all we need you to do is stop that plant, play the time, chill. Although Fan getting frags courtesy of Jermaine and Zabza. 4v3 now, got that one-man advantage, and this is where they need to hold it, slow the round down. Fantasy has pushed way up into Melons, actually watching... Interesting. In Melons, he's holding Melons, not considering to push the calf, doesn't need to. Gonna have to be the bomb man now. Ruby going down as well. Jermaine doing a great job way back behind calf. In fact, making his way back to spawn for a nade right now. Late basement nade. Roz actually in basement, just missing it. As a 4v3. Western Wolves slowing this so slow now. And Fan just need to keep this pace up. Keep it down. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Keep this slow pace up. As Fantasy is heavily tagged in Melon. Really, I can't see this bomb going down. I'll tell you right now. No, Zabza ensures it. Great play from him. And now all on Froz. Froz, what have you got for us today? 4 players to fire. Not going to last. Vey just dives out of A. Sick of the patience. And finally, Fan get the second round in this half.
True enough, I'm coming around to your side of actually wanting Phantasmagoria to win this now.
Indeed.
I've given up on Western Wolves. They look too good. They look like they've got Fancy and Juby on an absolute roll. I want the underdogs now, and I'm following Lincoln, who's feeling aggressive, going up the street here.
Always.
Drops out a nade. Enrio with the first onto Fancy, who wasn't far behind Lincoln. How aggressive. There's the nade from Lincoln. That is exactly what he wanted. Juby does shut down his teammate there, so maybe he's over pushing. He's let Juby get through that A side. What is Juby up to? Iron-sighting around, he's going to be coming into the iron side surely of Lincoln soon. He's feeling a little bit worried, he's left it too open, and there we go, Lincoln coming back round on himself, shuts down Tubi, and now Western Wolves finally on the back foot. Coming into the
Nice.
fire of Lincoln again. Lincoln one more to find. Can he do it? Fantasy to go down. Old schooler against old schooler here. You've got the likes of X-Fanatic against XTCM. Tags coming out. It's actually
Fantasy has
Ono,
the
isn't it?
scope. Oh, it is Ono.
No, it's Ono.
I was
It
gonna
is
say.
Ono. Overlay bug there. Ono does get shut down by Lincoln, and Lincoln, what a round. Wow. We said he was too aggressive. He's just told us, get out of here. I'm aggressive as I want, because that is exactly why.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, he's obviously that's what he was aiming for. But it's a kind of it's the chances of that actually happening, which kind of raise whether or not it's worth doing. Still, it looked like a fast plant coming out from WesternWolves. This is nice to see. Mycin getting that bomb down. Calf push, courtesy of Fantasy, as he has made his way to Bialy. Zabza's nade stops it in its tracks, though. Great play from him as Chubi fakes it. And suddenly, what looked so good for WesternWolves with one nade has led this back to one of their slow rounds. Fantasy, though, push comes off eventually. Jermaine having absolute hell with Fantasy as the bomb does go down. Chubi doing a great job there. Very little kind of fire, though, on that bomb from Fan as Fantasy gets a second onto Lincoln. Fantasy doing great work. Finally, Vey takes him down, which means they can finally push up that street. Chubi, though, almost taking Fantasy's place in that melon area. Vey and in Rio to take it now. Ono, actually, look at Ono's positioning. That is absolutely ridiculous. Doesn't need to move. But yeah, actually, oh, he doesn't need to move. He does finally move, but really to no avail as Frozen Chubi mop that round up. 11-10, WesternWolves pulling it away.
What can Phantasmagoria do now? They've tried the aggression with Lincoln. They've tried to be relaxed, but then they just get Fantasy truly rattling their cages. What are they going to try now? Let's have a little look what Lincoln's up to. Ono kicking this off in the WesternWolves direction with the shot onto Zabza, his scoping counterpart. Can they continue this lead? Yes, they can. Two quick frags in their way, but Mycin shutting down his own teammate of Fantasy. That's not the way you want to be going right now. Get another kill onto the opposing side, Mycin. I almost beg of you. Lincoln coming onto some fire there from the street, but Ono does get shut down by Jermaine. Finally, having a little bit of respite from the ever-aggressing Fantasy, who got shut down by his own teammate. Now Lincoln spots Chubi back A, shuts him down. Just giving them a slight advantage still. So who is left alive for the WesternWolves side? We have Mycin over towards this B area, who did shut down his own teammate Fantasy. He's got to be feeling guilty right now, so he wants to make up for it. So let's pick it up with him. Bomb to hand, going towards this B alley where there's two players watching. I almost want to scream and tell him not to, and that's exactly why. Vey shuts him down, and now Froz has to bring it all back. Gets tagged up from that B alley, and Jermaine gets the better of him. It's 11-11, folks. It couldn't be closer. And now, please tell me what the hell is going to happen, Machine.
Indeed. I mean, I'm going to have to just... I'm going to say that Fan are going to pull this back. I mean, they've had such hell to deal with at the moment. Really great play to see that they're kind of managing to fend off this Fantasy. Fantasy's doing a great job in Bialy. Jermaine really got private battles going on, really. I haven't really seen anything despite Fantasy taking down Jermaine, and it looks like he's about to do it again. Did land the tag, but not frag. As we proceed to a 5v4. Chubi the only man to go down so far. Fantasy knows Jermaine's dead. Just spot him. Gonna re-peek him. Not gonna happen though. This is really tip-to-tap. Ono and Lincoln go exchange frags nicely as it becomes 4v2. Jermaine finally takes down Ono. Absolutely great play from him despite the presence of Fantasy in Melon. As Mycin gets tagged from Zabza. Or V3. Vey, the only man to have gone down so far for Fan. As Mycin the bomb carrier is left last man standing. 4 players to find. 50 seconds on the clock. And an incoming, who is that in Melon? An incoming Jermaine. Jermaine's picked up the SMG, gone Fantasy, and absolutely going wild on this push. And Mycin's about to go down. Surely he's gonna go. Oh, dearie me. What a way to end a round. As Fantasy shanks into Mycin's back. To bring it to 12-11. And ladies and gentlemen, if Fan do this, we're going to go into a third map. And we could not be closer right now. Take it away, Fantasy.
Let's see if Ono can bring this back for WesternWolves from the absolute brink. Spots anyone down the street, does spot one to the side of Cap, doesn't manage to drop him at all, but there's nades raining him around him. Mycin does shut down Lincoln, but with a quick reply from Jermaine. Lincoln get one to Vey. Not all even. Fan need to pick up one more frag to make sure they have a chance here before WesternWolves run away with it. But you can see WesternWolves haven't made it away across the street, so all Zabza has to do is have his eyes trained on that cross. Smoke and a couple of bits of spam flying out towards that cafe area. They just got to sit in and hold hard because Zabza has his eyes trained on this street, ready for the people willing to cross. Chubi's gone for a little bit of a push towards back A, so you can sneak in here. Are they really going for an A push right now on the last round that they desperately need to take this to overtime? Chubi now getting spotted towards that top A area, spam coming towards him. This could have given it all away. He's got to be feeling guilty because now Zabza's eyes are trained on that back A peak. You can see how quickly Phantasmagoria are adapting. So Jermaine holding hard in that melon tube. He jumps out, but not before Zabza shuts him down mid-air. What a shot. Can he get the next? Coming under a little bit of fire now, all even. Spots another back eight, doesn't manage to land the frag, but goes in again. He wants more. He's out for blood, folks. Ironside down. Just listening out where they are. He's got his teammates calling for him, and Rio picks up one, picks up another onto Myson, and now Fantasy has to go huge to take this anywhere near overtime. So now it's actually Ono. That overlay bug is absolutely killing me. Ono gets shut down by Enrio, and Phantasmagoria clinch the second map. This is going to a 3-mapper, folks.
Take a look at those scores.
I'm actually happy. Jermaine, 23-14, even though he's being shut down by Fantasy almost every round. You know, Fan was on that. He was constantly going for him, but he still absolutely dominated that whole map.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's just what we wanted to see. We're saying in that pretty much interview, just saying.